Christy Krause, and I have with me today Monse.
Hello, brothers and sisters.
And she is our staff here in Mexico who made the crafts for this year's VBS. Woo! Thank you, Monse. Okay, so these are our 5 crafts for the VBS. Let's go to the farm. We have 1 craft for each day, and all 5 crafts have a memory verse on them. So the idea is that the students take home the memory verse, and it will help them remember what they learned each day, and it also will help them share the lesson with their parents at home. Okay, let's start with the first one. We're going to make a puppet horse where you put your 4 fingers in the holes. You can't do it, Monse. Okay, I got it. Here, you put your fingers in. And the fingers can be like the feet. So it's a cute little horse puppet with the 4 feet. And it also has a verse for the day. Okay, so you're going to download this pattern. I'm going to ask Monse, can you start cutting this out? Alright, so she's going to cut this out. So first you're going to go to our website and download this pattern. This is a piece of paper that is 8.5 by 11, but you can also print it on A4. And there's enough for 3 children there. So they're going to cut out their horse. Then for the hair, we just used yarn. But you can also use any other kind of curly string, ribbon, or whatever's economic in your country. So this is about how much yarn we used. So real close to a meter. And then you just glue them and cut the pieces short for his hair. And also for the tail, we had several longer ones, and then we tied a knot there to attach. And then he only needs 1 eye because you can only see one side. So we have 1 small wiggly eye for each student, and you glue it right there on his face. So you have it cut out nice. Then they need to cut the hole for the tail and the 4 holes for the fingers. So that's how we do this first horse craft for lesson 1. Very good. Okay, for day 2, we have this cute rooster hat. Can you put it on for us, Monse? Nice. So they can tie it. So this is a fun activity. It has the verse on the back of the hat, but also it's fun for taking pictures. A lot of times we need to post on Facebook or WhatsApp or share with the church what's going on with our VBS. So it's fun to have a picture with something fun in it. So we found that the rooster hat makes for good pictures. Okay, this activity has 3 different sheets that you're going to download. Monse, could you start cutting that for me? ¿Se puede empezar a cortar? Uno de cada uno. Okay, the first one looks like this. This is what's going to make your cone. And these 2 pieces are the arms. These next 2 sheets that you're going to download and print out are the nose and the comb on the top of the head. So this one we did actually in yellow foamy. So you can see how they form on the sheet, or you can just use one and then cut them out with yellow paper. If you have 100 kids, you might want to cut out some of these pieces ahead of time so that they're ready to pass out to the students, depending on if you have scissors. If you have scissors, then they can cut them out. So then here's the pattern for the comb on the top of the head, and we did that in red. Okay. How's the cutting going? Good. So here's the comb. It looks like this when you download it. So Monte's cut it out. So now you're going to make a circle out of it. Like this. And that's how you're going to have your hat. So they just glue the back. As you can see here, we have the verse printed on the back. Okay. Then you just attach the 2 wings to the side and the beak, And now she's finishing cutting out the comb for the top of the head. All right, thank you. Okay, let's go to the next lesson. For lesson 3, we're making a cute barn. Nice. It's very cute. Okay, so Monse, will you cut out a barn for us? So here's the pattern that you can download from our website. If you want, you can download this, and then what we did is printed it on red paper. Or you can have your students color red with crayons. Okay, so you cut out the barn. Now for the top part here, you can see that there's some lines that are straight lines. Those are the ones you're going to cut out. And the lines that have a dotted line, you're going to want to fold those instead of cut them. So she's got to cut here these lines, and then she'll be able to fold open the doors like this. Okay? Now, here's the verse sheet. Comes with a bunch of squares on it with the memory verse on each one, and then when you cut them out, it'll look like this. So the bottom of the barn you fold down, and then you can glue the verse sheet behind the door. So when they open the barn doors, there's the verse. Here's the folded part in the back. Then we use just this yellow curly ribbon because there's lots of it here and it's economic. And we just cut strips and it makes it look like straw. For the sides and also for the top. We glued them from the back. And then you can decorate a little bit with some glitter. This is about how much glitter we used for 25 students. Doesn't require much, they just put a little bit of glue and then sprinkle some glitter on. Alright, very nice. Let's go to lesson 4, Monse. This is fun. We're making grapes. Here's the finished craft. Oh, it's beautiful. For a grape. And it has the memory verse on all 3 sides, and they can hang it in the kitchen at home or in their bedroom. Okay, so here's the pattern. Monse, will you cut one out for me? There's 3 on this one, but now this one, each student needs all 3. So this one sheet is enough for 1 student. So you're going to have them cut out, or you can cut them out ahead of time. And then the top part here is just what we call tissue paper, super thin paper. They just need a square, small amount. And then they decorate it, and what we did is we used a carrot, like a stamp. So here we have also a powder paint. I don't know if you have a powder paint in your country. If not, you can get whatever economic paint you have. And then you just take this carrot and then touch up and stamp the circles on the grape. So that's pretty cool. Now when you've cut these out, it'll show you that there's a broken line or a dotted line in the middle, and that's where you're going to fold it. So you need all 3 cut out. For our craft, we went ahead and did a little bit stiffer paper, like cardstock or a heavier paper, but it also works just fine with plain paper. So when she has 3 cut out, what we're going to do is glue the 3 together. So here's another one, and it's going to get glued back to this one. So I'll fold it here on the dotted line, right there. And then the third one gets folded there. Before you glue it down though, you're going to want to put these things in the middle between the 3. So you can grab your ribbon or string that will help hang the craft, and you're going to stick that in there as well as this tissue paper. So for the tissue paper, you're just going to crinkle it up. ¿Cómo se hace? ¿No importa? Then you stick that inside and you glue those together. Now the easiest thing is that you glue the ribbon and the tissue paper on one of them, and then you glue the other two on top, like this. And then you have a 3D grape. Very nice. Very good idea, Monte. Okay, and now the last day of the VBS, we have a craft that has the memory verse on it again, but this is also the Bible story, so they can tell their parents how Peter walked on the water towards Jesus with this craft. It's pretty cute with the waves. Woo. Okay, so here's the pattern. I'm going to download this pattern. Yeah, so Monty's going to start cutting. Now they're going to first want to cut off the part at the bottom that has the boat, Peter, and Jesus. So we're going to cut that off because they're going to go on top. Now you're going to want to color it next so the students can color it and decorate it how they want. We usually let them have a couple of crayons. So here's this piece here. Now what you're going to do is either cut or rip these. So you just rip it down like this, where the dotted line is, and you stop at the fold. Now see, that kind of has some curl, but you can take a crayon and add more curl. So you just roll that up with the crayon, and then it's like kind of curly. That's how we made these curly waves. Once again, you don't have to use scissors. You can rip it if you want, but there's lines there to help the students see where they go. So they rip it down the line and they stop at the fold. They're going to do that all the way across, and then they're going to curl each strip using one of their crayons to make the waves. Okay? Now we're going to cut these lines or just tape them on. Oh, you don't have to cut the lines. You can just tape these on, and the line shows you where to tape it. So she's taping here the boat on the big line. Now for these pieces, there's also a dotted line or a broken line that shows you where to fold. And that's how they stand up. They're just folded. How cool is that? So there's the boat. Then we tape on Peter and Jesus. And Peter is walking on the water. Now, when they're doing this craft, you can also have the students act out the story before they attach Peter and Jesus. So you can attach Jesus, attach the boat, and then have them play Peter for a while and talk about if they're willing to get out of their comfort zone and walk on water when Jesus asks them to. All right. Don't forget, it also has a memory verse, so that's a good way for them to review their memory verse from home and also share it with their parents. All right, those are the 5 crafts that Monse has prepared for us on this VBS. Let's go to the farm. Woo!